This is Witch-Based News for Friday the 13th of February 2026. I'm Commander Burr. In Elite Dangerous news this week, if you're looking to overhaul your on-foot wardrobe, then this is the week for you. Loose Screws and Lave Radio are holding a transatlantic showdown for charity. Galnet news alludes to trouble building in the bubble, and Frontier tease the next new ship to enter the game. If you enjoy our videos, consider subscribing to the channel and remember to ding the little bell to make sure you see all our content and community posts. And if you'd like to help support our channel, links to our Patreon and everything else are in the description below. A couple of quick pieces of Frontier specific news this week before we move on. FDev announced earlier this week that a small patch had been released to update the game's launcher to fix a known bug, improve the Arcs store carousel, as well as adding some extra functionality and general improvements overall. We run multiple versions of the Elite launcher here to deal with our different accounts, and it's been our experience that what you see after the update can vary slightly. On screen now you can see the new updated launcher on the left, the Epic Store version of the launcher in the middle, and on the right is what we're seeing from the launcher we originally got from the Frontier store. In that particular instance, certainly from our experience here, the launcher functionality and appearance does not appear to have changed at all, but as you can see, the other two are markedly different. In other, somewhat adjacent back-end type news, the payment provider FDev are using to handle Arcs purchases on the store has been changed, and as a result you'll be seeing more payment options, including sites like Google, Apple and PayPal. If you've had trouble paying for Arcs in the past, something that has definitely happened in this house, then you may find those issues are now resolved. While we're on the subject of paying for stuff in Elite Dangerous, see what I did there? Seamless this stuff is, doesn't write itself, you know. Anyway, paying for stuff in Elite Dangerous, there's usually some sort of discount on the Arc store for one thing or another, and this week it's the turn of Spacesuit and Commander Customization, with a fairly respectable discount on offer of 60% off the regular ticket price. We're guessing this is almost certainly linked to the expected impending announcements around the operations update, which we know contains a significant on-foot component as well as being co-op capable at the very least. If you've held off dumping some Arcs onto your on-feety appearance, now could be the opportunity you've been looking for, and it has the nice side bonus of making you appear more dashing, distinguished and debonair than we already know you are for your big operations debut. The fine folks at Special Effect, the gamers enabling charity that has long been part of the Elite Dangerous community-osphere, are holding their annual Gameblast fundraising weekend between the 27th of February and the 1st of March. The whole weekend will feature loads of fundraising streams and events. You can find out more about it from the link in the description. But as part of Gameblast, on Saturday the 28th of February, the Lave Radio podcast crew will be playing host to an Elite Dangerous themed version of the TV game show Family Fortunes, or Family Feud as it's called stateside. Facing them in what is sure to be a battle of giggles as well as Elite Dangerous knowledge will be a team from the premier US Elite Dangerous podcast, Loose Screws. In order to make this happen, the event, however, needs your help. If you're familiar with the show format, you'll know that the teams are traditionally quizzed on questions that have first been thrown to a public survey. That's where you come in. Lave Radio would like to survey the length and breadth of your Elite Dangerous knowledge for the show. To sign up for the survey, you'll find the link to the Google form in the description below, as well as a link to the Twitch channel where you'll be able to watch the game show unfold live on the 28th of February. You'll also find links there to the Loose Screws podcast and to Lave Radio itself. Be sure to drop them both a sub if you haven't already to get your regular weekly dose of Elite Dangerous banter, news and discussion. The bubble-centric focus on the goings-on in the power play enclave surrounding HIP 87621 continued this week with a new report from the in-game Galnet news service. Recent reports from the enclave have had a slightly more nebulous, esoteric stamp to them, leaving the meaning of the reports to be very much open to speculation and interpretation. The report this week doesn't focus so much on the enclave or the happenings therein, but more on the effects outside the enclave that are a direct result of the enclave existing, although their true meaning and the intent behind their appearance on Galnet is still very much open to as much speculation and interpretation. The report concerns itself with the bubble-wide security forces provided by the superpowers to deal with general piracy, murderous types and other ne'er-do-wells, and how their retasking with a definite enclave bias to protecting whatever is happening there has affected the wider security situation outside the enclave's influence. The Galnet piece makes note of reported increases in shipping lane piracy and extraction site harassment as a direct result of the security services being so engaged elsewhere, underlining Imperial and Federal systems in particular being affected. Interestingly, the Federation getting a shout out despite having no boots on the ground in the enclave, whilst the Alliance remains notably absent from the report, looks to be a minor FDev typo, though it probably raised a few eyebrows among those following the enclave power struggle closely. Whatever the case, the piece is a curiosity in so much as, to the best of our knowledge, there hasn't really been a noticeable uptick in the amount of criminal activity in the systems of the bubble. Honestly, we had kind of expected a new community goal to kick in adjacent to the Galnet piece on Thursday, encouraging the independent commanders of the galaxy to take the law, or at least the collection of bounties, into their own hands. But that hasn't surfaced either, at least not as of this recording, but it's possible that event is yet to come as Frontier continue to balance the cadence of the last 2 weeks that February has to give. If the situation changes, we will of course report it right here. And just as we were going to press, Frontier, who have been largely silent since mid-December last year, certainly with anything new at least, teased the next new ship to enter the game and revealed the date that we can expect to see the next developer log from the company. The image of the ship, which you can see on screen now, doesn't really reveal anything enough to make any solid predictions, perhaps as you'd expect. But more importantly, what it does tell us is that, yet again, as in the previous 2 years, we can indeed expect new ships at the very least in the year ahead. The developer log you can expect to see on Monday, that's the 16th of February, just 3 days from now. And with that, here we go into 2026. Will you be picking up a new suit in the ARX store sale? Have you noticed an increase in piracy in the systems of the bubble? And what do you think the teaser ship image reveals? Let us know in the comments below. That's it for now. Thanks very much for watching. We'll be back later this week with more videos. Until then, 07 Commanders, follow the greens on the way out and do keep clear of the toast rack. We very much look forward to seeing you next time.